Viewers, we will now welcome another guest on the show. We are now joined by Mr. Rudra Murthy, and you have been spotting him on many occasions on our shows as well. He is the research head at Vachana Investments. Warm welcome to you, Rudra. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Season's greetings to you. It's Ganesh Chaturthi tomorrow, so we are hoping for wellness to flow into your lives personally and professionally right in this entire year. And we hope that you will be continuing to guide all our viewers in that same spirit like you always do. We were already discussing with that KYC segment of ours, so I just want to first take your views also before we go ahead on the market outlook and take rest of the questions from our viewers. But on our KYC segment today, we were discussing an opportunity which is going to come by way of Bajaj Housing Finance next week for an IPO, and of course their promoters, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance. How are you looking at this entire space right now? Where do you think investors should be looking at for the best benefits in case there are any to be flowing in with this new IPO that's coming onto the street? I think Gaurang, you're on mute. Rudra, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sakshi, for having me in the show. And my greetings on both the Gauri and Ganesha Chaturthi festival to everyone who are there watching this program, and also to Sakshi and the entire team there at BTVI. And now coming straight on your question on how this Bajaj Housing can be there as an IPO, definitely if you have a long-term view and if you are buying it not for listing gains, but you are buying it as a part of your portfolio, I would advocate definite buying for Bajaj Housing. But if you are buying Bajaj Housing only for listing gain, I will not be advocating any buying. So I am very clear. If you want to take it as part of your portfolio and you want to hold it for a longer horizon, then yes, definitely a buy rating on Bajaj Housing Finance. But however, on overall market, as we are already seeing a lot of froth in SME IPO and also in broader market, and it is easy to tell that today seeing the screen. But then, yes, on Wednesday closing bell show, I was very clear telling that yes, market is now not at 24,100 where I was advocating a buy. Nifty has already moved 1,300 points from there. And after a 2,000-meter marathon, running again from there on without taking any rest or breath is very difficult. And that's what you're seeing today. Whether you might give a fundamental reason of FPI selling, which is happening in market, but I personally feel this is not a market now to buy this dip. In fact, I will be telling you the last support for all the bulls who are there in the market for short term will be 24,850 on Nifty futures. I'm referring to futures level, not spot level, because we can trade only futures and not spot. So Nifty 24,850 on future will be the line on the sand. If you break the 24,850 on a closing basis, and I feel tomorrow that will be definitely tested, and based on pure intraday, whatever you see in market today, I think the 24,850 will be held today, but tomorrow definitely we will look for testing the 24,850 zone, and if we break that decisively on closing basis, more selling will come in this market, and I'm definitely not a buyer on this market fall. I am not buying the dip. It is not the same what it was earlier at 24,100 when I was buying the dip, but right now it is other way around. But however, wait for that last confirmation before you want to aggressively short this market. Wait for 24,850 to break, exit all the long positions what you already have, and then one can look at shorting this market below 24,850 close. But I'm not there on the buy camp for very short term, and especially if you see the broader market performance today and also the market depth what you are seeing today is not good. So this is telling to me that yes, valuation is a concern. Global market also. Last time when I spoke about Nvidia and told a correction of 25% from the top in Nvidia will not be taken away by 1 or 2 days of small bounce back which you might get in US market. So, and when US market corrects, definitely the entire global markets have to correct. India cannot be an exception. We can only be an outperformer. So I am not in the buy camp advocating shorting only once 24,850 clearly breaks, but at least one has to shorten their leverage, exit all the high beta, get out of mid and small cap where valuation froth is very high. Be very careful on IPO, especially on SME IPO. And this is my take on the market from now on.
Okay, got it. So that's the overall view on Bajaj Twins as well as the overall market as well. Rudra, we have a lot of questions that are coming in, so I won't waste any time. There are so many viewers who want to take your views on their questions. Deepak Agarwal first has written, he has bought Gujarat Fluoro Chemicals, 1000 shares at 3200. पूछ रहे हैं कि होल्ड करें या सेल करें एंड व्हाट कुड बी द नेक्स्ट टारगेट. द स्टॉक हैज बीन बजिंग फॉर द लास्ट 2-3 ट्रेडिंग सेशंस. इवन टुडे इट्स अप बाय 8% ही बॉट इट एट 3200. व्हाट वुड योर सजेशन बी?
Great entry, Sakshi, for Gujarat Fluoro at 3200, and today if it closes above 3775, which it is most likely to close, and see the volumes in last 2 days, that has been fabulous. So the up move for last 2 days has been supported by volume. Definitely I will hold the stock and keep a stop loss, might be now at the breakout zone, which is at around 3500, and hold the stock very, very strong. Definitely an exception and a stock which can be held in portfolio with a stop loss of 3500.
Okay, got it. So that's the view that's coming in. Okay, we have a caller with us now. Let's take the first caller. I think we have Gaurav from Agra joining in on the phone with us. Gaurav, नमस्कार, कैसे हैं आप?
नमस्ते साक्षी जी, मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ और आप मेरा हर बार सवाल ले लेते हैं, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता है और आपका शो मैं डेली देखता हूँ. अगर छूट जाता है तो मैं बाद में भी देखता हूँ, बहुत अच्छा लगता है मेरे को, बहुत हेल्प मिलती है इससे.
थैंक यू सो मच गौरव जी, आपके सभी शब्दों के लिए. उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपको मदद मिल रही है हमारे सभी टॉप गेस्ट से. जो भी वो राय दे रहे हैं स्टॉक मार्केट्स में, उससे आपको सही डायरेक्शन और सही रणनीति पता चल रही है स्टॉक मार्केट्स में. पूछिए, क्या जानना चाहते हैं आज?
आपको सारी कंपनी 8 कंपनियां ली हैं, मैं आपको बता दे रहा हूँ, तो आप सर से पूछना वो ठीक है या उनमें से कुछ हटा दें. अभी थोड़ा लॉस में है मेरा. मैं आपको कंपनी के नाम बता देता हूँ. BEL, टाटा केमिकल और टाटा पावर और आलोक इंडस्ट्री और कैनरा बैंक, पंजाब नेशनल बैंक, यही सारी कंपनियां हैं और इनके काफी स्टॉक है मेरे पास. लेकिन अभी मैं पर्टिकुलर 3 स्टॉक में पूछना चाहता हूँ. पहला PNB और दूसरा कैनरा बैंक और तीसरा टाटा केमिकल. इनमें कब तक प्रॉफिट आने की उम्मीद है? मेरे जो बाइंग है वो मैंने डाला हुआ है उससे. पंजाब नेशनल बैंक 138 पे है 1000 स्टॉक, और टाटा पावर जो है, सॉरी टाटा केमिकल जो है वो 1140 पे है 200 स्टॉक, और कैनरा बैंक के 500 स्टॉक हैं.
ओके,
116 रुपए पे.
ठीक है. 3 स्टॉक्स पर्टिकुलरली रुद्रा जी आपके लिए जो इनके पूरे पोर्टफोलियो पर अभी जानना चाहते हैं. टाटा केमिकल्स और 2 बैंकिंग काउंटर्स, कैनरा बैंक और PNB. क्या करना चाहिए और कब तक प्रॉफिट्स आने की उम्मीद है?
Sakshi, very clear. If you are looking for very short term, I am not happy with PSUs in general, and I was telling the same thing last time. I even told whether it is your defense, railway, shipping, unless you have a 5-year horizon from today, I will not advocate a buy. I even told PSU banks are something which I will still avoid, and you are already seeing that selling today in SBI. And for me, whether it is PNB, Canara Bank or SBI, for me in general, PSU is a concern area for very short term. I'm not telling for medium to longer time frame they are bad ones. Let it correct, might be SBI closer to 750 or might be Canara Bank and PNB. Furthermore, 10 to 15% correction from here will be a good buy. But at current market price, if you are looking for very short term, I will definitely avoid all these scripts what you have spoken. And also Tata Chemical, if I see, that is also weaker, and I will avoid Tata Chemical. It is just a range bound stock which is having support at around 1020 and resistance at around 1120, 130. It is in a tight band of this 100 rupee. So Tata Chemical, yes, you can hold on if you want. Keep a stop loss below 1000 rupee for that, which is very deep from here. But for very short term, generally PSU will be a big avoid for me.
Okay, PSUs will be a big avoid right now, so adhere to that advice that's been given to you, Gauraji. Next, we'll take the question from Sumant. He's writing, Rudra sir, could you please help me with your view on Gail right now?
Okay, see, Gail is one stock where still I see some amount of valuation comfort. But however, you have to understand when overall market corrects, everything will correct. Might be Gail might correct lesser than overall market. It all depends. Are you looking for Gail as your portfolio stock and you want to hold it for longer period, or are you looking for very short term? But if you are looking for very short term, yes, 215 will be the stop loss with which you have to hold Gail. And yes, Gail can give some amount of bounce back, or it can at least outperform the market. But if you are looking for very, very short term, since I'm not happy with market at current level, yes, it is better to stay light with market.
Okay, got it. Let's go across to Mumbai now. We have a caller with us, Kalpesh Patel. Kalpesh ji, पूछिए. नमस्कार.
नमस्कार मैम, मैं फर्स्ट टाइम मैंने ये मेरे पास डिलीवरी का स्टॉक पड़ा हुआ है ओएमसी का, आईओसी, बीपीसीएल, एसपीसीएल। आईओसी मेरा भाई है @96 का और इसका टारगेट है 222 का। मैंने ये स्टॉक डिलीवरी के लिया है कि इसमें जो डिविडेंड आता है ना, वही पैसे का मैं साल का वो पेट्रोल उसी में से डलाता हूँ।
अच्छा,
तो टारगेट 222 आ सकता है क्या?
ओके, गॉट इट। तो इन्होंने डिलीवरी लिया हुआ है आईओसी 94 के भाव पर। अब ये जानना चाह रहे हैं 222 का टारगेट है। अब इसी पैसे से ये अक्सर अपना पेट्रोल डीजल भरवाते हैं अपनी गाड़ी का। ओएमसी के शेयर्स में निवेश करते हैं और उन्हीं का जो प्रॉफिट होता है उसी का तेल डलवाते हैं। ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग इनकी स्ट्रैटेजी है। रुद्र जी, हेल्प हिम आउट प्लीज।
Yeah, so Sakshi, for me, na, I have to make money. There is no rule that I have to make it only from OMC. I don't mind making bigger money from any other stock and still putting that money for petrol and diesel for the vehicle. But any which way, I would appreciate him in terms of OMC being a sector which we spoke last time, and I even told you crude oil can further come down from here. No doubt we have seen already a $10 correction in crude oil, but from here I feel $62 to $65 per barrel is the place where crude oil can settle, and it can further come down from current level, and that will be very positive for OMC. So in the same order what I spoke last time, Hind Petro or HPCL will be my top pick in OMC, followed by BPCL, and then followed by IOC. But however, if you are looking at ONGC, I will say strict stop loss of 300 rupee you have to keep and then hold on to the stock. And one can just definitely look at that stop loss. Whereas other three OMCs which I told you, all are looking good. And in the same order, Hind Petro, BPCL and IOC.
Okay, got it. So that is the view that's coming in. I hope that has answered your question too. Let's go across. I think we have the next caller with us now. So let's quickly go across to our caller. Okay, who do we have with us right now? Lavish from Indore. Okay, Lavish, namaskar.
Hello Sakshi ma'am, how are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for asking, Lavish. How are you?
Yeah, I am fine also. Madam, I am regular viewer of your show, and whenever I saw Rudra sir is there, I am eager to ask query from him. As sir is mind blowing, really mind blowing, sir. Thanks to you.
Thank you so much. All God's grace. Thank you.
Sir, I have two queries. First is I bought few days back share called Arihant Capital. I bought 500 Arihant Capital at the rate of 99, and other share is Shriram Properties. I bought 800 share of Shriram Properties at the rate of 135. So please guide me about this.
Yeah,
6
first
months
Lavish,
view.
let me comment on Arihant. So it is a good one, and closer to those levels of 90, it has given a clear breakout. So what I will do is I will hold on to Arihant, keep a stop loss of 90 rupee on a closing basis, and unless it closes below 90, no need to worry, hold on to Arihant. And the second stock what you asked was Shriram Property, is it right?
Shriram Properties, yes.
So Shriram Property also on screen when I see it, fabulous stock, definitely a hold in your portfolio. Again for this I will advocate a closing basis stop loss of around 130. So 130 closing basis stop loss, hold on to Shriram Property and even to Arihant Capital with a stop loss of 90 rupees.
Okay, I hope Lavish this has answered both your questions right there. Okay, we have Rishikesh who is asking, ma'am, please ask Rudra sir about any of his top Adani stocks for midterm. Which ones would he be betting on? Rudra ji, क्या आप Adani stocks को prefer कर रहे हैं अभी?
See, there is an expectation of more fundraising, and that can be positive for Adani Enterprises. So if you have to buy something from Adani Group, I will say Adani Enterprises you can look at buying. But because on overall market I am not happy, For very short term, I may not buy any of these stocks. In fact, I'm looking for shorting opportunity, and that will get confirmed once 24,850 breaks on Nifty future level. But right now, if you force me to buy an Adani Group of stock, and if you have a longer horizon, look at buying Adani Enterprises on dips.
Okay, got it. So I hope this has answered your question too. I think we have a caller with us. Parth from Pune has joined in. Hi Parth, good afternoon.
Yeah,
Tell me, what's your question?
I bought Marico at 600. I want Rudra Murthy sir's take on it, and as I'm huge follower and fan of him.
Okay, wonderful. So he can listen to your question. He's a big fan of yours, Rudraji. Parth wants to know on Marico, what would your view be? He's bought the stock at 600 rupees. What can you suggest him?
See, Sakshi, thank you so much for having all these great fans of mine being part of this show, and you're also hosting and making us have this show. And for me, Marico is a good stock, no doubt. It has just made some small correction, and today we are seeing some move from a strong support zone of around 630. So I will be holding Marico if I have in my portfolio. Buy it on every dips to levels closer to that 630, 635 zone. Keep a stop loss of 620 and you can definitely ride long. So again, I'm telling there is no God in stock market. So I can even be wrong. What is important is making money overall. I don't have to be right on every call I take or every trade I do. And no one can be right except God and liar. These two people can be right on every call. But you have to be right on making money overall, not from every stock or every trade what you do. But then what I'm telling you is if you are very bullish in market and you want to be on the buy side for short-term trading, which I am not. So if you want to be on the long side, at least be in sectors like FMCG and be in sectors like pharma, which is defensive. So for me, being in defensive is very important. Avoid definitely leverage and high beta at current market price. And yes, if you want to buy something from FMCG, Marico is a great stock to buy. Keep a stop loss of 620. Buy it on dips to levels closer to that 630 support zone. And it's a good stock to buy from FMCG.
Okay, got it. Next, we have a question. This is from another of your followers. He says, Hi Rudra sir, as today's update has come in on Vodafone Idea, so what could be the short-term view on Vodafone Idea? There's a Goldman Sachs report I think he's referring to where there is an indication of a 80% downside where Goldman Sachs believes Vodafone can slip to 2.5 rupees odd. So he's now asking what could be a support and near-term view on Vodafone Idea, sir.
Sakshi, I always make it very simple to retail viewers. You ask at least 10 friends of yours and find out how many of them are using Idea or your Vodafone as their number among 10 people who are very close with you. And you will get an answer whether they are using Bharti Airtel, are they using Reliance Jio, or are they using Idea. And what I want to tell is very clear. If someone is losing market share heavily, and you are waiting for funding and government to also bail out, I will not buy these type of stocks for sure. And similarly, ask 10 friends of yours about how many of them have an FD in Yes Bank. You will get an answer. And you don't have to do any fundamental analysis, any technical analysis. Even a blind fellow seeing a chart, even a person who has no financial knowledge can tell whether should I buy Yes Bank, Idea and these type of stocks. So a big avoid and a big no to Idea, and I have no idea on Idea and it can have no idea for anyone who is buying Idea.
That's a wonderful take. I think, Rudra, that's the best explained answer, and it would help not just one viewer but a lot of our viewers who would be enticed into such small ticket stocks thinking that there could be a turnaround on the way. I think you should be definitely looking at what Rudra has really suggested to you and then take the right call when you're looking at such stocks. Okay, next we have a question. This is from Namita Arora. She says, hello Rudra ji, have a happy weekend ahead. What are the chances of Nalco to go up? Should I book losses here? What would you suggest?
Sakshi, very disappointing to tell my sister that this is not a good stock to be on the long side. So we spoke about Gujarat Fluoro, we spoke about even right now Marico, these are, or Arhant, these were few stocks which were good on chart, but definitely I will not be in metals for very short term. I am in fact bearish on metal, and Nalco definitely a stock to get out. Book your small loss, whatever it is. learn the lessons from market and move into something which is more stronger. I will definitely not advocate holding into Nalco if your time horizon is very short term.
Okay, got it. चलिए अगला सवाल लेते हैं. That's also another caller I think we have with us on the phone line. This is Tejasvi from Bangalore. Hi Tejasvi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So I was following Rudra sir, so I just wanted to check with him
Sure.
regarding IOB.
Okay.
So I have taken 3,000 shares at 66 rupees, so I just wanted to know like for how many months or should I wait for an increase
Okay.
of IOB?
Indian Overseas Bank, 3,000 shares at 66 he's bought. He's again your follower, sir. What would you advise here?
Which stock?
Indian Overseas Bank, IOB.
Okay, IOB. Okay. See, again, see, when it comes to banking, especially, the smaller PSU banks and all, they've already seen enough rally. And why do you want to buy an Indian Overseas Bank, Yes Bank? See, what happens, Sakshi, there will be one Suzlon which will move from 3 rupee to 80 rupee, 70 rupee, and they think everything will be like Suzlon. Out of 10 stocks, yes, there will be one Suzlon, but remaining 9 will go to zero, or you will lose all your wealth being in that wrong process. So what I want to advocate is definitely avoid these type of stocks. I will definitely exit IOB, because at least at 58 rupees it is better to exit this and buy something else than losing much more money, and clear exit on IOB.
Okay, clear exit on IOB. That's the view that's coming in. Okay, we'll take one more question. This is again from one of the followers of Rudraji. Chetan Kumar has written in. He says regarding LTF, L&T Finance, he has 400 stocks at the rate of 171. His time frame is 3 to 4 months. How would you advise him?
Very clear answer, Sakshi. If you are looking for very, very short term, I will definitely say exit, but it is a good stock to own in portfolio. So if someone has a longer time frame, might be at least 1 year or more, yes, buy on dips for L&T Finance. But if you are looking for a very short term trade, and if it is a leveraged position, I will tell definitely get out. And Sakshi, before we end, I want to give my general comment on market, and I am very clear.
Yes.
This is not a dip to buy. Second, I want people to exit or book profit on every rise if it is a very short term horizon. Third, if you are bullish on this market for short term, the last support what you should keep in Nifty will be 24,850. Tomorrow, if we break 24,850 decisively, I will say this market will further come down. I am looking at targets of 24,400 and 24,100 on Nifty, and these are like 800, 900 point kind of a fall, and every rise will be sold into. And I am not at all bullish for very short term. I was not bullish on Wednesday, but I was advocating Wednesday people to get out of all their long, wait for an opportunity to short. But I was still not advocating short. But based on how the markets have panned out today, and tomorrow if we continue the fall what we have seen today, and if
right. Absolutely, and again today we have seen a 260 point of a cut. Yes, you're right, Rudra. Today again, the markets are at 24,880 odd levels already. So we are seeing that. So I hope all the viewers, you take down the advice that Rudraji is giving on the entire market. We have a caller with us, Kaushika. She's joined us on the phone line. Good afternoon, Kaushika. What's your question?
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, I bought Coal India at 522. So
okay.
Taken a call, I want to understand about Coal India.
On Coal India, you want to know? Your buying price is 522, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your sense, Rudra, on Coal India, what should he do? He's bought it at a little higher level of 522.
Sakshi, last caller you said, and now we have another last caller. I'm sure if you continue the show till 3:30, we will still have calls. So lovely to have these many of our viewers and fans being in the program, liking the program, and also just ensuring that we pass on the right knowledge to them through our show. Now, first of all, a word on Coal India, a PSU stock again. Somehow, generally, Rudra is not at all bullish on PSU, but if you are looking for very, very short term, I will still say exit Coal India at current price. If you have bought it at around 500, 510, book a loss of 20 rupees, what you might be suffering from your...
Okay.
term, I'm very bullish on PSU, but not for short term. Wait for more correction to happen, and then it is good to enter into PSUs. If you have a longer period like 3-year, 5-year horizon, then only hold on to PSU stocks, or else in general, get out. Short term, I'm bearish on PSU.
Okay, got it. Well, Rudra, the calls and the questions will keep on coming. I'll take the last question on the show with you and then we'll wind up. This question is from Ankur Modi and he wants to know, could you please suggest any stocks for swing trade as he's interested in that at the current levels, and would it be advisable as well?
See, if it is a swing trade which is very short term, I will not advocate any buying whatsoever. And let me tell you, you would have heard Singh is king, but Rudra says cash is king. Even have some amount of cash in your portfolio.
Yes.
Not losing money is also making money. Wait for opportunity, have the dry gunpowder ready to buy. And I will not advocate any buying whatsoever for short term at current market price. But if you want to forcefully do some buying, go on only with FMCG and pharma and some of the names what we have already discussed in the show, or else in general, I will avoid any fresh buying for short term. At current market price, I am looking for a correction, and tomorrow you will get a confirmation below 24,850 about the same, and I will not buy this dip as of now, and keep watching every day the show so that when the real opportunity comes, Rudra will be there to tell you to buy. But as of now, I don't see it. And Wednesday, it was very tough for someone to tell to exit and get out of market. It is easy to sell right now seeing the screen, but right now I see it's all God's grace. And Wednesday I could see my order flow and market profile chart with which I could tell that yes, this kind of a fall will come and it is very nearby, and that happened so fast, which is today. But I see even today, after seeing the market profile and order flow chart, I am not advocating any buying whatsoever. Be cautious on this market, and below 24,850, yes, this market will fall like a 9-pin and it will be a free fall below 24,850 Nifty level, and all will tell it later. But I am there with Sakshi Show here to tell it much in advance with just God's grace and the wisdom whatever I have of 2 decades of market experience, and that's what I share with people here.
Absolutely. It's always our pleasure and honor to host you, Rudra, for our viewers on this show. And again, thank you for helping them out much in advance about the signs that are already visible to you as an expert of the markets, so that our viewers can take better precautions to be in the market and in the better side of the market as well when such signs of reversals are emerging. Thank you so much. Always appreciate your time with us. And with that, viewers, we'll wrap up today's edition.